Hello everyone, I'm going to sound like a Path of Exile streamer, but this is going to be an Endgame preview. Now, I've had the game since the evening of the 8th, and pretty much the only thing I've been doing is playing this game. It took me about 30 hours to get through it, so this isn't going to be like comprehensive endgame, maximization sweat thing that I normally have going on when I play Muso games. I'm only about an hour or two into the endgame, but I'm going to go ahead and explain how it works. So basically, when you beat the game, you go to the inn, and this new feature called Story opens up.
どうぞ。
So this is basically like a kind of like a time warp kind of thing. It's not entirely a new game plus or a free mode. It's kind of its own thing. Like for instance, chapter 3 is when you decide which faction you want to serve, and right here, you know the story by now. Sun Jian dies, right? If you play from here, there's a way to save him. Now I don't know how that works yet, but basically you can go back and you can play any of the battles from before, and there's also a new difficulty. Let me go into the help section, and I'll show you guys how that works. On Path of Exile, they're doing all the endgame previews and stuff before the game came out. This is the less popular version of that. Alright. So you also unlock Ultimate Warrior difficulty. You say right here, it gives a lot of like debuffs to you and stuff. Like, the enemies are more aggressive, and their attacks are brutal. Blocking enemy attacks depletes bravery. Now, honestly, you don't really want to block much in this game, because parrying gives you a combo opportunity and also depletes their bravery gauge. So, I haven't really noticed that much. I have noticed enemies attacking simultaneously much more often. This is one of those things that people who don't like Muso games would always complain about, the enemies just standing around. You can definitely get your whole health bar deleted really quick. I've actually been doing a little bit of power leveling, probably not in the most efficient way because I've been playing the game in early access, but I did do a little bit of power leveling. I definitely notice the peons are definitely a threat in this game, sometimes more than the officers, so that's one thing that's going on here. The timing for parries and perfect evades must be extremely precise. Now, there is a way to even this out that I'll be getting into shortly. Battles between armies are decided very quickly. I haven't really done a whole lot of like actual battles. I've done a lot of skirmishes on Ultimate Warrior. Like I just beat the game last night, so I haven't had a whole lot of time with it. But the bonus is that you get more skill points and gold, and challenges are unlocked. Now, challenges are something I'll get into later. So when you beat the game, you can get more proficiency. Unfortunately, you don't get more moves or anything. It's just stats. You also get more ranks as well. Rank is basically this right here. Every time you go up one level in proficiency, you get a rank, and the ranks give you stats, and there are certain milestones. Like, you'll get a new skill tree, or you'll get more panels. So as you can see here, everything's relatively even. I'll have to power level quite a bit more. So if you go here, here's the skill tree. And this gets expanded as you play the game. Just by ranking up, you'll get more of these. So I got this whole area down here because I got the last expansion. So it's going to take a pretty big grind to unlock everything. There's definitely a lot of content. Now, another thing that unlocks when you beat the game is the ability to reforge. If you played Orochi, any of the Orochi games, it's pretty much the same thing here. There's no RNG, you just kind of level up the weapon, and that's it. Say I go right here, reforge power. You can spend money, and you can upgrade the power, and I think it takes the power from the previous weapon. And also, I don't have too many duplicates. It has to be from the same class. Like, for instance, where's the one I'm using? I'm using the gauntlets, of course, you know me. I'm using this one. If I pick another one, and it will go up quite a bit, but also the cost goes up as well. So right now, I have a boost damage to officers by 8%, boost damage to Wushu when attacking officers. I think that's a weird, mistranslation. I think it means that you do more bravery gauge damage so that you can stun them. Obtain a small amount of bravery upon defeating an officer, and then giving myself 30% attack up when you successfully perform a perfect evade. And then if you expand the input window for parries, what ends up happening is that you can kind of override the fact that the parry window was a lot smaller on Ultimate Warrior difficulty. So that's how I have it set up right now, but you can see it costs a ton of money to put it up, so I'm probably just going to stick with this for now, and then wait until I get a good rank 7 gauntlet drop. So if you reforge traits here, you can just take one and just move it over. It's very simple. You might notice in the achievements it tells you that there's an achievement for reforging weapons, but you don't get it until you beat the game. So this game is definitely kind of set up like a Monster Hunter type thing, where the first playthrough is kind of the tutorial, and then you actually have everything unlocked. You cannot touch any of this stuff until you beat the game. So I would recommend getting through it as quickly as possible, but you definitely want to play on at least Wayfarer difficulty. That's just what I did for the sake of getting through the game quick so I could do all the videos and stuff. The game was actually pretty difficult at some points. Morale definitely matters a lot. It's not as bad as it was in the demo, where the NPCs would die really quick, but there definitely are some pretty difficult levels, and you'll probably see some of those on the videos that we'll be releasing throughout this. Pretty much while you're rewatching this, there'll be about 10 other videos to watch. But that's basically it. Other than that, there's not really anything too complicated. Ultimate Warrior difficulty, for instance, if I go... what it does is it raises the recommended rank. Now, this game doesn't really have a power level system from what I've seen, so I definitely did some fights like 20 levels below what I'm supposed to be, but it's very difficult. You'll definitely want to build around defense, make sure that you've got some kind of damage buff of some sort, and then probably go around and take up a bunch of the skirmish battles and optional battles around here, because those will give you, in the lower right-hand corner, there's the peace bar, I like to call it. When you upgrade that to the next tier, you get bonuses from the fast travel points. So you might want to go around and do some of those first. Make sure you've got at least one good weapon that's leveled up, and then go from there. Like I said, this isn't really a comprehensive, mega sweaty guide, because I just beat the game last night, and it took 30 hours to get to this point. So I think it's pretty safe to say this game has a wealth of content, and you won't exhaust it anytime soon. I would be honestly shocked if anybody beat this game during the early access period. I would be legit shocked if anyone did. So, I think it's going to take a while to get through everything. I did see that apparently Lu Bu is a companion on battles, and I think you can unlock his halberd, but when I get there, I'll definitely let you guys know. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's all I've got for now. We'll definitely do the usual sweaty maximization once I get to that point, but it's probably going to take another few days, to be honest. See you later.